A lot of parents are living in denial about their teenagers. So many of them, they say words like, God forbid bad thing, my child cannot do this. God forbid that it is not my portion. It is not my child portion. And they are seeing some of these warning signs. And they keep saying, they keep living in denial. Oh, my child can never go astray. Oh, I trained up my child. Oh, my child is always going to church with me. My child is always doing this. And they are seeing this sign until it becomes too late. Most parents, they keep living in denial until it becomes too late. They now begin to see the manifestation of the signs that they were ignoring. Are you a parent that has been living in denial? Today, we have come to talk to you. We have come to bring this good message to you. We're going to be looking at practical strategies for parents to stop living in denial that will help you. When you begin to see these warning signs, it is important that you brace up and take action immediately and stop living in there. And stop saying, God forbid, oh, it's not my portion. It's not the portion of my child. Don't ignore these signs. Hello, my name is Excellence Madoka. I'm a life coach with the Parents and Teens Academy. Today, we're going to be bringing you very, very, very exciting topic. All this while, we have been bringing you tips on how you can help your child, live a stable life, live up to their expectation, and live up to your dream. If you are joining this channel for the first time, please do well to subscribe to our channel. Help us share all our videos. Let other parents be able to also benefit from what we are doing. And as you continue to watch, ensure that you hit the notification button if you are just joining us for the first time. Always also like and comment. Your comment is very, very important. So please sit back and listen. Make sure you watch this video to the end. I'm going to tell you something at the end that will help you. So just sit down as we go through the practical strategies for parents to stop living in denial. Number one strategy: acknowledge that no teen is perfect. So when you get to that point to know that, nobody is perfect. It doesn't matter how much you have trained that child. It doesn't matter, the values that you have placed in that child. It's important that you build up, early foundation for your child. But don't just sit back. Know that no child is perfect. Now, when they get to school or they get to where you are not, there are a lot of influences. There are a lot of things that want to influence. There are a lot of things that want to thwart those things that you have embedded in them, those morals that you have embedded in them. Some of them are hearing this for the first time. Some of them are being exposed for the first time. Some of them are leaving home for the first time. So these things, there are a lot of influences that want to challenge those things that they know. A lot of influences that want to challenge those morals that you have placed in them. So when you begin to see early signs in them, don't just sit down and say, I have done my work. I have trained them. I've embedded, good morals in them. So my child can never, God forbid, it's not my portion. Don't do that. Acknowledge that no teen is perfect. I'm not saying that your child will do that, but you have to be cautious of this. So when you are cautious of this, it will help you. It will help you, deal with those early signs as you begin to see them early. It will help you to control them, and your child will be safeguarded. Number two strategy that you need to know: recognize the warning signs early. Recognize those warning signs early. Once you begin to see these signs, you begin to see these things, you begin to see your child changing mood, you begin to see your child keeping to himself, you begin to see your child, hanging out with suspected people that that they don't have good morals, they don't have good character. When you begin to see these things, these are children, or this is a child that you have trained, you have told them so many things, mind the company that you keep, and yet you are seeing them hanging out with some of this, but you are beginning to see some of this sign. Hey, don't ignore it, please. Don't ignore it. Don't just say, no, he has he has audiation that is, he's covered. everything that I've taught him is covered, and don't ignore that sign. Because if you ignore it, if you don't take cognizance of those signs early, you don't recognize those signs early, those signs will take root downward, and before you know what's happening, it becomes uncontrollable. You will not be able to control some of the things that you see. When you begin to see some of these changes, please quickly act immediately. And number 3 strategy: seek honest feedback. Seek honest feedback from others. Now, seek feedback from teachers, seek feedbacks from friends around. Now, let me tell you a story of a young lady while we're growing up. The mother, the parents, they are good believers. They embedded good morals. They take this girl to church every time. Every time this girl spends time in church, she's in choir, she's in children department, she's a worker in church. Everything that the parents do in church, so the parents felt that this child is safe, that this child knows everything, until this girl entered into the university. And as she entered into the university, everything, every moral that she knew, all of them, she just kept them aside. She began to experiment some of the things that she has not experimented, some of the things that she was not given opportunity. Now, not knowing that the child was just following them to church because they are her parents. They didn't go deep to know if these things that this child is learning, if this child truly is practicing it on their own, on her own, if this child believes in what they are teaching, what they have been teaching her. Now, this girl gets to school. Every moral, everything that she knew, every Christian value that she knew, she just kept them aside, and she began to party. But anytime she comes home, she is that holy and sanctimonious girl. She comes back home with her hair tied, with her, holier thou dressing. But the moment she goes back to school, she started hanging out with different girls that takes her out every night, every weekend. She's not in school. Now, that is why, parents, it is important that you always check on your child. This girl will go. She still goes for fellowship. She still attends fellowship. But you see, during weekend, now, some of her friends, some of her fellowship mates, they think that she has gone home for weekend, not knowing that she has gone out. And a lot of people began to notice it. So many people began to notice it, and they began to bring report to the parents. The parents say, no, that's not my child. Oh. My child cannot. Especially one of her cousins that was in the same school with her. So that cousin will always come. See, look at this, your child. Oh. Look at what she is doing in school. Oh. Look at the kind of... He said, God forbid, but my child cannot. God forbid, it's not the portion of my child. Until one time, she got pregnant. Immediately as she got pregnant, everything was exposed. And the parents now understood that everything that they taught this child, they were really living in denial. Some of those signs, sometimes, now, they have seen someone, according to the mother, she said, she has seen this girl, sometimes when she was going through some of her clothes, she saw some worldly, in quotes, that's what they call it, worldly clothes. She saw the kind of cloth that that child is not supposed to wear. And she has asked her several times, it is her roommate's own. She forgot it. Maybe her roommate, she mistakenly carried her roommate. And somehow, she has seen her child in pictures. She said, they were trying to model all manner of lies she was trying to cover up. And the child said, the mother, until she got pregnant. The moment she got pregnant, she knew that she was really living in denial. So please, it is important. Don't ignore the honest feedback that you are getting from people. People might be telling, they are seeing what you are not seeing. You are not there with that child. They are there more with the child. The fourth strategy that you need to know, educate yourself on teenagers' challenges. Now, you need to know. Some parents, they don't know some of the challenges that teenagers go. Take time. That is why we are making videos like this. Go to, read books on teenagers, their behavioral pattern. When they start, the changes begin to come. There are certain things that once a child becomes a teenager, there are certain behavior that teenager stops behaving like a child. At that point, once a child becomes a teenager, there are certain things you cannot control that child again. The moment you try to control that child becomes rebellious. So you need to know how to follow that child. You will not follow that child the way you used to follow that child when he was still young, before he became a teenager. You will not follow him or her that way. You will have to understand, educate yourself on teenage challenges, how to deal with them as they become teenager. There is a way you deal with a child, there is a way you deal with a teenager. You will lose that teenager forever. So take time. That is why we are making this video. Always watch our videos. We give you several tips that will help you, that will educate you on how to deal with your teenagers. The next, number 5 strategy that you need to understand: create a safe space for open conversation. Create a safe space for open conversation. In the last video that I talked on how we can effectively communicate, how to communicate with her, how to communicate with your child. Now listen to this. Now, always sit down with your child, have safe conversation, have open conversation with her, with him or her. Throw open questions with her. I noticed that your behavior have changed of recent. You have started isolating. You have started hanging out with the wrong. I hope nothing is wrong. The way your mood has changed. Try to open up a safe, conversation with them. Don't be judgmental at this point. Don't drop into conclusion. Don't try to control them. Don't, try to lecture them. Open up with them. Try to talk with them. Get them to a point where you understand. Let them understand that you know what they are going through at that moment. Now, if you begin to do that, it will surprise you that your child will open up. Now, even if he or she has taken that step to get into the wrong path and you noticed it early, at that point, you noticed it early. Now, when you try to communicate with him or her, he will open up to you. And probably the step that he's taking, he probably does not know the consequence of the step that he wants to take. That is where your guidance comes in. But if you don't know how to converse, if you don't know how to communicate with them, you don't have a safe place where you can converse with that child, where that child can be able to open up to you, that child will keep that into himself and he will continue to take that step. And by the time he takes that step, he gets into it deeply where you cannot control. So try as much as you possible to create a safe space for open conversation. That will help you. The 6th strategy that we need to, this is very important. A lot of parents, they are victim of this. They do this. Avoid defending your teen blindly. Avoid defending your teen blindly. Now, when people come to tell you their observations, they begin to point out concerns about your teenager, your child. Once they begin to open up, they begin to give you honest feedback. They begin to tell you certain things. Please don't dismiss those concerns. Don't just dismiss them. Take your time and investigate these things with open mind. Because you don't know your child. You think that you know your child. You don't know him. You don't know her. Yes, you have done a lot. You have, built a strong foundation for that child. But that is not enough. Now, hear this, please. It is important that you hear this. We have set so much standard, so much high standard for these children. Now, every training is exposed to test. Every faith is tested. Everybody's faith is tested. Whatever you have learned, whatever that have been embedded in you, there is always a test. Yes, you have built that confidence. You have built that moral standard in the life of your child. You have taught that your child several things, but that your child gets to a point where those things that you taught them or those things that you taught him or her will be tested. Now, because they have been living in a different world. They have not come into a world where these things are tested. So when they've come in, they begin to see a new world altogether. They're exposed to so many things that they have never seen before. They want to experiment. Every teenager, every child wants to experiment new things. You have taught them the old way. You have taught them the good way. You have taught them a path. But there is another way that is being exposed to them. There is another way that is being presented to them. They have not experimented that. They don't know. They've not tested. They need to test between good and bad. So when they begin to delve into these things, and people are seeing them, and people are bringing these concerns to you, people are showing you this sign, and you are seeing this sign, please be open-minded. Don't dismiss these signs. Don't dismiss these concerns. We have built so much standard. We have built so much standard for our children, especially those of us that are Christians, that are pastors, that are church workers. And, we have lived all the days. The children, they have lived all their years in church. They have taught them so many things. When they come to a world where there are new things that are set for them, they want to experiment it. They want to test it. They want to see whether those things that you taught them, whether they are good or not. Some of them, they are testing it because they don't know the consequence of what they are doing. We have set so much standard for them that even when they make mistake, the moment they step into that and they make mistake, they cannot come back to us. They are afraid that they are at their disappointment. They are afraid that they have disappointed us, so they cannot come up to open up to us. Now, because we ignore these things, we live in denial. We feel that all the things that we have taught them, they should know, they should be able to stand by themselves, and we allow them go deeper and deeper and deeper. And by the time they get so deep, especially those of them that are experimenting with substance, that are experimenting with drug, by the time they get deeper and deeper and deeper, and they get addicted to it, at that time trouble comes. You are not able. At that time, you begin to spend money, you begin to run helter-skelter. You begin to see how you take them from one rehab center to another. But when people were telling you, when those signs were in front of you, you ignored it. You lived in denial. So please, I beg you, avoid defending your teenager blindly. You don't know them. Investigate those things that people are telling you with an open mind. And if you do that, God will help you. Now, number seven strategy that is important that you know also, monitor them without being over controlling. Monitor them. Monitor their activities. Monitor their friends. Who are they hanging out? Who are they spending time with? Monitor those things, and don't over control them so that they don't feel suffocated. Because if they get to that point, they will begin to draw back. They'll begin to keep things very deep. So monitor them, monitor their activities. Please, parents, hear this. I've said this in one of my videos before. Take time to visit your child in school. Pay them surprise visits. Pay them because you don't know what they are doing. Don't just let them be. Most of them are leaving home for the first time. Most of them are meeting these different people all together. So pay them surprise visit. Monitor them. Don't do it as if you are monitoring them. Do it as if I came to check on you. I just want to know, are you okay? Are you all right? So don't over control them, but don't forget to monitor them without being over controlling. Number 8 strategy that you also need to know: model the behavior you want to see in your child. Model the behavior that you want to see. What is it that you want to see in your child? Live that life. Live by example. Don't just talk to them. Live by example. Those things, don't say, I took them to church. Church have done what they want. School have done. So you are beating against the tide. Those things you are telling them not to do, you are doing it. They are seeing you do those things that you are telling them not to do. How do you expect them? And my child, no. My child, I took him to the best school. In Sunday school, those days, I used to represent my church. I was a member of the Anglican Youth Fellowship then, those days. I used to represent my church those days in Bible quiz. And, every time we come out first. I represent them very well, so I know the scriptures very well. I know the Bible very well, and but that did not stop me from joining court. That did not stop me from joining. So my parents were proud of me. Every time I'm winning prizes on, on Bible quiz, going out for. But you see, that was not enough. That was not enough. They neglected these things in my life. My parents never came to visit me in school. I said it in one of my videos. My parents, up till today, my father is late though. My father did not know or did not know the color of my school gate. They were not there during my matriculation. They were not there during my convocation. So they didn't know what I was doing. Now, all their mind is, this is a Bible student. He's good. And they were bringing feedback to them. My cousins that were in school, they were coming to, the things were filtering into their ears, but they didn't do anything. They didn't really do anything. So they lived in denial. Because each time I come back home, I behave like this gentle guy that does not do anything, that cannot hurt any fly, and I go back to school and my wild life begins. So please, it is important that you model a good behavior, that behavior that you want to see in the life of your child. Let your child see it in you first. Once they see it in you, I'm telling you, they will follow suit and they will not go down. The number 9 strategy: seek professional guidance when necessary. We're always here. That is why we're doing what we're doing. God has endowed us, God has endowed me with the gift to be able to talk to teenagers. There is no teenager that I talk to that cannot open up to me. It is a grace, it is a gift. Having brought me out from the claws of cultism, God has given me that gift, that there is no teenager. If I have one-on-one section with your child will open up, and God. So please, as much as you can, seek help, seek professional help. There are other mentors, there are other people that can be able to specifically deal with the specific things that your child is going through. Don't just ignore. Don't just say, if people know. I don't want people to know about what my child is going. I don't want people to know, to see me as a failure. If you do that, you are worsening things, and your child will continue to remain like that. And at the end of the day, the sorrow will all be yours. Please seek professional help. Go to the description, box. My contact is there. Contact me. We can talk. I can talk to your child. So when it is necessary, ensure that you seek professional help. And finally, very important, the 10th and very important that you cannot in any way ignore. It is the mother of all the strategies that I've given to you. I told you at the end, I will tell you, this is the mother of all the strategies. Number 10 strategy: pray and stay involved spiritually in the life of your child. Now, one of the things that really helped me, prayer is what brought me to where I am today. I told us in one of my videos too how my sister took time to pray. My parents, my mother, when she began to realize somehow, but my sister was the major factor. She was a major person that kept praying for me and kept believing God. So as a parent, please pray for your child. Pray for that. Don't live in denial. Don't think that you have done it all, that nothing can happen. No, there's mistakes can still happen. Please pray for your child. Be involved spiritually. Ensure that God will give you. See, if you continue to pray for your child, every step that your child takes, God will reveal to you. When your child is doing anything, I remember one of the parents that, that God helped us to help his child right now. His child is doing very well. He was in cult. God helped us. Now, that man began to get revelation because he was praying for his child. God began to show him, specific things that his boy was doing. So when he contacted me and he stumbled into my video, he saw those things. So he called me and I began to talk. He went to his child and told his child that, see, I am having revelation. These are the revelations that I have. Even when he was telling his child that these were the revelations that he was, and his child knew that he was saying the truth, that God actually revealed to him. Now, God will be able to reveal to you because because you are involved spiritually in the life of your child. If you pray, you are not there. There are guiding angels. God has sent his angels to guide and monitor and follow up your child. But you see, you need to fire up in prayer and in faith. Believe God. Continue to pray for that child. As you pray for that child, God will begin to reveal to you. Every time that child wants to take a wrong move, God will reveal to you, and you quickly correct it. So don't ignore prayer. Pray for your child. Even if you have done your best, even if you have done that training, even if you have planted that seed in the life of your child, water that seed with prayer. Get involved in the spiritual life of your child. Pray for that child. Fast for your child. Always believe the best and be patient. Now, in case your child has fallen victim of all these things, out of your ignorance and out of your denial, we still have a whole lot of opportunity. God can still restore back your child. Prayer can bring back your child to that which you actually believe. Pray for that child. Always pray. It cannot be overemphasized. When you continue to pray for that child, God will reveal those steps. And when you begin to take those steps, you will see God help your child. I know that God will help your child. So please, parents, if you have been living in denial, stop living in denial. Please, it is important. Always know that nobody is perfect. And if that you have that at the back of your mind, you will help your child. And please, whatever standard you have built so much for that your child, please drop it. You understand me? No, always let them know that nobody is above mistake. Now, because you have told them that as a child of God, you can never do mistake, you can never sin. That is the greatest lie that you are telling to that child. Let that child, the Bible says there is no temptation that is not common. There is no temptation. God, out of that temptation, God will give you a way of escape. So let your child know that even if they make mistake, let them come to you. Even if they fall, they should not remain down. They should come to you. You will help them. Just give them that opportunity. Open up to them. Let them know that anytime they fall, that you are always there to help them. And please, don't ignore when people are telling you the truth about your child. If you do all these things, you follow all these strategies, you will never sorrow over your child. Thank you very much for watching. If you love this video, please help us comment. Go to the comment section and let us know some of the things that you do, some of the things that you have observed, how you are helping your child. It will help us. Your comment will help us, bring in more. Your questions, especially when you ask questions, it will help us, you understand me, know what content to bring to you. Don't forget to share this video. Help us share this video. There are parents that needs to hear this. There are parents that that are going through this. Please help us share this video as part of your souvenir, as part of your gift to them, as part of your help to them. Share this video to them. Let them be able to also follow up and know this thing. And if you are a first comer in this channel, please don't forget to subscribe. Hit the notification button that every time we come with new content, you will be the first. Also, like this video. Thank you very much for being there for me, all my community, all my followers. Thank you very much. I deeply appreciate you. Don't forget, always stand out and don't blend.